Good morning or afternoon, all of you. It is great to be with you today. I'm Daniel Harkavy, and I'm really looking forward to the conversation that I'm going to have with you today, because I believe what we're going to be talking about can not only impact you this year, but it can have a significant impact on your results for next year. And really that's the big message of today is I'm going to do my best to help you to finish this year with a bang, but in so doing, I want to help you to create massive momentum as you head into 2014. So let's get into it. The last month or so, I've had the opportunity to spend so much time with many of you, and it's really been great. I've so enjoyed it. It's mind-blowing to me. We are in the fourth quarter already, and I know many of you are astonished by that as well. It seems as we get older, these quarters come by quicker, but yeah, fall is here, and I want to focus in on time, because really as an executive coaching company, we're really helping our clients to focus in on what it is they do with their time. Your decisions and what you do with your time will directly impact your overall quality of life and your success in business. So I want us to step back today, and I want to talk to you about just your overall perspective. We're in the fourth quarter, and your perspective, how you're feeling and how you're seeing your business and your life, your overall attitude, your perspective is impacting each and every engagement you have throughout the day. It's impacting every aspect of who you are and the results you're getting in your business and in your life. So your perspective is incredibly important. And what we want to do is I want to pull you out of the immediate. This has been a quarter of change for so many of you. This last quarter, I don't care what business you're in, there have been significant changes for our clients. Changes that for most of you are beyond your control. There have been restructuring changes. There have been economic changes. There have been governmental, legislative changes. For many of you, there have been changes in your lives that have been pretty significant. Some of you have said goodbye to kids who have moved out of the homes and started maybe their first year in college, and you're dealing with that. Maybe this summer you had some folks that are kids that got married, and they're no longer in the house. Maybe you've had some challenges or some hardships, and there have been some significant life changes. We've got to make sure that we have a long-term, healthy perspective so that we can fill our days with the right attitudes and the right actions to get the best results we possibly can as we finish this year out and move into next year. And what happens to all of us is if we don't see beyond our immediate, if all we see and feel is the pressure, the pain, the loss, the unmet expectation, or the fear of change, if that's what we're feeling today, then chances are we will not be bringing our A game each and every day to every decision we make, to every interaction we have, to the amount of time we spend thinking and innovating. So perspective's really, really key, and we have to have a very high appreciation for time. I think all of you have heard me over the years quote the Hebrew scripture, Psalm 90:12, so teach us to number our days so that we may gain a heart of wisdom. I think we have to be reminded of that every day throughout the day, because time is so precious, and it really is fleeting. We cannot control it. And the more aware we are of time, I think the better the perspective we have. Our perspective, it impacts our attitude. It impacts the level of passion we bring to every interaction that we may have. Our perspective impacts our actions. It impacts how we innovate and create. Our perspective impacts our results. And the truth of the matter is 2014 is upon us. So let's talk about the core four real quickly, because the model makes sense, and I want to talk to you about it real quickly so that you understand this. My assumption is that each and every one of you use the core four. All right, or you're familiar with it. You've either read Becoming a Coaching Leader, you've been coached by us, you've heard us speak, or maybe you follow us on our blogs. But I have to start off with the assumption that all of you understand the core four, and my hope is that it is helping you. All right, the core four when you have a solid life plan, when you've got a clear and compelling vision, when you have a straightforward, concise business plan, you are best equipped to fill your calendar with the right activities. You are best equipped to manage your priorities. And when that happens, you have improved perspective, because your life plan and your business vision bring you out of the immediate to the long term. You're casting a vision for the future. You're creating a gap from current reality to where it is that you would like to go at some point in the future. That gap gives you energy and clarity as to the specific plans you need to create, the changes you need to make day in, day out, week in, week out between now and that point of a better future at some point that you're casting that vision for, and that's true in your life as well as your business. So as followers of the Core Four, as individuals who benefit from it, you should have improved perspective. And what that does is it gives you increased confidence. It gives you increased clarity, and it gives you better results when you're following and using the Core Four. So today, I want to give you 3 tactics to finish with a bang. All right? 3 specific, straightforward tactics. These are going to be the how of the call, and I'm going to fly through numbers 1 and 2, and I'm going to probably spend more time on the 3rd. The first one is I want you to have a solid 90-day simple business plan for the end of the year. I know we're already halfway through October. If you don't have your 90-day plan for Q4, I want you to create it, and truthfully, I want you to do it this week. I'm going to explain it one more time for you, knowing that maybe for some of you this is somewhat new. I don't care what role you have in your organization. I am confident that if you gain clarity around your 90-day plan for between now, October 15th, and December 31st, you will have a much higher probability of finishing the year with a bang and moving into 14 with momentum. So what I want you to have clarity around is, what are you going to measure? Number 1, what outcomes are you going to be striving for? What specific professional goals are you going to work for between now and the end of the year? The goal could be a certain numeric achievement that you want. It could have, it could be revenue earned, income earned, units produced, sales made. It could be something that's tangible and measurable. You don't have to have more than one, but I would caution you, don't have too many. You can have 1, 2, 3 at the most. Specific goals or outcomes. The next thing I want you to have clarity around is, what disciplines are you going to commit to and make non-negotiable? And on the one-page business plan, that middle section of the plan, you've got the big circle and you've got the 6 spokes around it. In the middle of that circle, I want you to put a couple of words that will really help you to focus on finishing the year well. And maybe the 2 words for you to put right in the middle of that circle to remember what it is that you're striving for. Maybe those words are finish well. And maybe that's what does it for you. For others, it might be take risk. For others, it might be in control. It just depends. What word or 2 makes sense for you that will help you to stay focused on what you need to be focused on between now and the end of the year. And then each of those disciplines, those spokes around the wheel, those are going to be really specific, non-negotiable disciplines. They're going to be so specific that you could pull them from the business plan and put them right into your calendar. It could be make 5 calls a day. It could be spend the first 15 minutes of every day walking the floor and connecting with your team. It could be make 5 outbound calls to key customers or clients every day. It could be 2 hours a day of on-time thinking time. It could be well prepared for meetings every Monday morning, 8 to 8:30. What are those non-negotiable disciplines, the 3 to 6 things or so that you know are the highest payoff? They enable you to bring the most value to the organization, to those that you work with. And if you were to fill your calendar with those things each and every day, you would have the highest probability of success between now and the end of the year. And then what improvements do you need to make? What, 1 or 2 projects do you need to bring to completion between now and the end of the year? And maybe you're not going to bring the entire project to completion between now and December 31st, but you're going to move your project from where you're at now to the next gate, the next phase, because some of you are working on projects that are much bigger. For example, with me, I'm working on a book that will be released next year with Mike Hyatt around life planning, and we are working on specific periods of time to get parts of our overall launch done. So there are gates or markers that we need to achieve by certain dates, and it's not the entire project by the end of the year, but it's moving between now and finishing the project that we're gaining clarity on. So what improvements do you need to make? And then what are those specific dates? Once you've got that 90-day plan done for the end of the year, we can then move on to the second tactic for our call today. And that second tactic is to mark your calendar. You've now got some things that you're committing to. You've got improvements, projects that are going to require on time. You need time on your calendar to get these things done. You need time on your calendar to focus on those disciplines. So make sure that your calendar matches that plan. What time are you going to be doing each and every one of those non-negotiable disciplines? When are you going to be taking that execution time, that on time as we call it at Building Champions, to bring your projects to completion? Make sure that you have a calendar that reflects success and reflects what you have on that plan. If you don't, there is a very high probability of you not accomplishing what you want to accomplish. And many individuals will put a plan together, but they won't transfer it to their calendar. And if you don't transfer it to your calendar, basically what you're saying is, it's a I hope to do it instead of I plan to do it. Your calendar needs to reflect what is truly non-negotiable and what you're committing to executing on. Now, some other things that you want to think about marking your calendar for. The fourth quarter is busy for all of us. This is the time of year where we start to we really start to connect with friends and clients and family. Make sure you've got your holiday parties set. Make sure there's any Christmas or Hanukkah programs or any of the special programs that maybe your kids' schools are running. Get those dates and put them in. Don't get bit by those. Any special events, get those in there. If there's any planning that you need to do around the holidays or year-end, make sure that your dates are scheduled for those times that are needed for planning. What about special year-end meetings? Is there anybody on your team that you need to make sure you meet with? Managers, leaders, you need to have year-end meetings with your direct reports to help them to create their plans for 2014. You need to help them to do their 2013 review. So my hope is that you've got year-end meetings with each of your direct reports or with your partners. For those of you that are in any form of sales, do you have special year-end meetings set up with your key partners to do a review? How did you guys perform in comparison to plan in 2013? How was your level of service in 2013? What improvements need to be made in 2014? Do a review partner planning meeting with everybody in the fourth quarter, and then begin talking about 2014 and establishing goals or improvements that you're going to be making with your partners or your key customers in 2014. You can finish your year off with a bang if you do something extraordinary or different in the fourth quarter with those that are truly most essential to your business. Don't hope that you're going to have those meetings. Plan for those meetings. Schedule those meetings. Make sure that you come into January knowing how to best service and add value to your key partners and your key customers. You don't want to miss that. You're marking the calendar for that fourth quarter. One of the biggest dates that you need to have on your calendar for the fourth quarter is point number 3, and that's your own 2013 review and planning day for 2014. Many will call this day the day on the rock, and I think that comes from motivational speaker and author and mortgage banking trainer Todd Duncan. I think he is the one who originally said, hey, you need to take your day at the rock. And I know many of you have followed his tutelage and leadership on that. And it's really, really good. Take a day between now and the end of the year to really reflect on how your year was. For those of you who joined us at either one of our last 2 experiences in the last month, you had some reflection time and you had some time to really do that review. How are you doing in 2013? How'd you do actual life versus plan for life? each and every one of your accounts on your life plan. Where did you nail it? Where do you have momentum? And where do you have gaps? Where do you need more clarity? Where do you need to adjust your vision for each of your accounts? Maybe there have been some life changes and some of your accounts need to be changed or improved upon, or maybe you need to add some new accounts. Having a day set to go somewhere special, it is my biggest point for my time with you today. If you didn't hear anything and you only hear this, this is truly the most important thing for you. I want you to finish the year with a bang, having done a very realistic review and assessment of 2013, and then putting a plan or the plans in place for a successful 2014. I want it to be a non-negotiable special day for you. You know, up on your computer right now, or your monitor, you see that park setting. And I don't care where you live in this country or in this world. I want you to pick somewhere that is out of your norm. Don't have an on day, a review day, the type that I'm talking about, sitting in your office. It will lack the environment. You will not have the space there to do what you need to do. You need to go to the coast. You need to go to the mountain. You need to go to a park. You know, time of year, it's going to be chilly for many of us when we're doing this, so maybe we need to go to some sort of a venue where we're sitting inside by a fire, but we have a view. Go somewhere where you can get creative, you can be real, and you can be alone. This is a day for you to be completely by yourself, to work on how you are doing in 2013 and what you're going to change for 2014. We've got to remember, we are in control of so much more than we think. I love what Dr. Henry Cloud says. He says we are ridiculously in charge. And we are in charge of how we respond. We're in charge of our attitude. We're in charge of our perspective. We're in charge, much more in charge of our calendar than most of us think. We are definitely more in charge of what we say yes to and no to than what we think. And I'm telling you, those that perform at peak levels in business and in life, they take control of what they say yes to and no to, and it's very difficult, and they fill their calendars with more of the great things. They say no to the good things, and that's what this day is really all about. So let's talk about this day in kind of specific detail. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to look at your life plan and your business vision. You're going to want to look at those two documents, and you're going to want to make sure that they're clear and they're compelling. Each vision for each account, does it truly compel you? When you're looking at your account, for those of you who are married, and you're looking at your marriage account, and you're looking out some 10, 20 years from now, is what you see compelling? Is it worth you sacrificing for? If it doesn't have pull power, you will not make the uncomfortable changes to your calendar today in order to stack the deck in your favor to having a better future in your marriage. If you don't have something that's truly compelling, you will not sacrifice for it. It can't be a something, oh, I have to do. It's a something that I want to do. It needs to have that effect on you. When you look at your health account some 10, 20 years from now, if your vision for your health account is I just want to be healthy so that I can, go out and play, okay, that's good, but I want it to be even more compelling. I want to have maximum energy so that I can be fully engaged and enjoy my hobbies and those in my life that are truly most important. I want to get down and play with my grandkids. You need to have something that's compelling that will cause you to make the decisions today to forego some of the maybe the nice luxuries that might not be so healthy for you in order for you to have long-term health. If it doesn't have pull power, you're basically going to live in ways that are really just all around you pleasing yourself today. And over the long haul, that's not the best strategy. So you need to have really compelling vision, a compelling vision for every area of your life plan, and you need to have a clear, compelling vision for your business. If you don't have a business vision that excites you and that causes you to want to come to work, want to take the risks, want to sacrifice, want to grow, want to develop, and to get out of your comfort zone, then your vision's not as powerful as it could be. If it's not clear area by area of your business, your leadership team, your systems, how you interface with your customers, if that is not clear, well, then it's not going to be as beneficial for you to plan from as it could be. The more clear and the more compelling, the better you will be at planning and execution. Your vision needs to be clear and compelling. Your life plan, clear and compelling. And if you have both of those ingredients, then you will have a much higher probability of executing, which will then lead to the results that you want to have. So you're looking at 2013 and you're reflecting on how you've done on your life plan, on your business vision, maybe your business plan for the year, and you're just getting real with yourself. And as you're going through it, you're identifying what needs to change, what needs to change. Then you're setting new goals. What professional goals, what personal goals are important to you for the next year? Every year we have the Hood to Coast team here at Building Champions, and I think this is probably our 14th year running it. And what we'll do is we will fill a couple Suburbans or vans with one team, which is 12 runners. We'll run from Mount Hood to Seaside, Oregon. It's 194 miles, 12 people. It's a relay, and our teams will run it anywhere from, our fastest team was about 25 hours, and our probably more normal team runs it in 29 or so. And we're together for that whole period of time. And we get to hang out with Building Champions teammates as well as our clients, and it is just a blast. It's a beautiful, beautiful time together. We're running through some very scenic places. It's just an awesome event. But what's most awesome about it is really connecting with the people on the team. And what I see from runners year in and year out who join us on this, oftentimes they will set a goal that will keep them on track so that they continue to take care of their health. They will run one race a quarter. And it's not that they are so excited about running or the races. They're doing it because they know that by having that goal, it will keep them true to their health routine so that they are taking best care of themselves. It impacts not only how they train, but it impacts how they eat. So having that goal changes thinking and it changes behavior. So what goals do you need to really commit to and then go public with? You need to share your goals with your teammates, with your spouse, with your kids, with your friends, with your coach. What goals are you going to put out there? And really, you're going to focus in on them. And as a result of that, you're going to change the actions, your thinking, the disciplines, so that you have the highest probability of moving yourself forward. It's really important. So, professional and personal goals for 2014. Which ones do you need to set? What new disciplines or key dates need to be blocked out? You know, maybe there's some new disciplines for you in 2014. Maybe you've got a new position in leadership and you need to learn and establish some new disciplines. Maybe your business has radically shifted and the disciplines that worked for you in 2013 no longer work. They won't work for you in 2014, so you need to replace disciplines. You need to gain clarity on what those disciplines are, and you need to commit to them. What key dates do you need to block out? I think all of you know, if you've spent any time with me, I always block out my anniversary with Sherry. I always block out my kids' birthday dates and all of our family birthday dates. I block out our vacations a year in advance, block out key events that are life plan oriented as well as business plan oriented so that we don't have a lot of confusion and I don't find myself in situations to where I've committed to doing something that's good on a date where I should be doing something that's great. Put it down, commit to it, get it done, make the decision, and move on. It'll give you a lot of peace of mind as you move into 14. And then what improvements need to be made? You know, an improvement, a project. We talked about it on the one-page business plan. What improvements need to be made? Do you need to hire a new teammate? Do you need to create a new position? Do you need to implement a new system? Do you need to learn a new program? Do you need to execute a new strategy? What specific improvements do you need to focus on? There are going to be 2 or 3 big things maximum that you and your organization need to commit to, or you and your team need to commit to in the year ahead. What are they? This is the day where you need to gain clarity on these types of things. Taking this day can have a real tremendous impact on how you move forward. Okay, we are we're approaching the hour. We've got a couple minutes left. There are a few things that I want to mention to you. I told you earlier that you need to mark your calendar with key dates for next year. And I know that we had the opportunity to have 500 or so of you with us in the last month at both of our experiences. And they were the best experiences we've ever had. I am so appreciative of all of the thank you notes and all of the emails and everything that we've received. It was fantastic. Our team loved being with you. You need to mark this date down for next year. You need to mark down September 16th through the 19th. And this is the first time we're doing this, but we are doing a real deep discount at the end of the year, between now and the end of the year, for individuals who want to fully sign up and pay. And the reason for that is we understand that for some of you, business has tightened up a bit. For some of you, the changes in what's happening in Washington are impacting you. For some of you, the healthcare initiatives are impacting you. And we're going to partner with each and every one of you who want to come to the event with us. We're going to drop the investment. We want you there. We do not want one seat left vacant. We want the thing filled up. So this is the first public experience of next year. It's pretty awesome. You can check out the website, bce2014.com. On that website, you'll be able to do a review of what we did this year. You'll be able to listen to some of the sessions. You'll be able to see it. It's huge. It is an absolutely huge opportunity for you to improve your perspective, your clarity, your plans, and leave the experience better equipped to finish the year well for 2014. All right. We're doing our best to bring content to each and every one of you. I am continuing with the discipline of blogging, and I'm blogging on both business and life perspectives. So check that out at danielharkavy.com. You can follow me on Twitter. And, I'm going to have an opportunity. Many of you are going to be at Sales Mastery out in Palm Desert next week. I'm really looking forward to being there with Todd and many of the folks who are going to be celebrating his 20-year anniversary doing the event. It's going to be a great, great time. So please, if you're there, come by and say hello to us. I'm looking forward to connecting with all of our current past clients and to the presentations that my teammates and I get to give. My hope is that you're going to do these three things. You're going to do these three things. You're going to create your plan for the fourth quarter. You're going to mark your calendar with the right activities. And as you're marking your calendar with the right activities, you're going to schedule that one day. That day to go somewhere special, to do your 13 review, your plan for 14. And you're going to come out of this year with momentum for 2014. If there is anything we can do for you, please do not hesitate to call us, email us, info@buildingchampions.com. Give us a call. Reach out to me. If you have any thoughts, any questions, we're here to serve you. All right? Finish this year incredibly well. Thanks for your investment of time today. Bye-bye.